So the next major expansion for Where Winds Meet is just about to release with a ton of new content. The exact time frame will be either March the 5th or March the 6th, depending where you're at in the world. For me, the highlight of the expansion is a new weapon set, which I'll definitely be switching to for a while. But there'll be a load of extra content unlocking throughout the month. New mystic skills, cool bosses, and much more, including another big update in April, dropping a load of new content, more bosses, with new areas outside of just the desert, going into a snow biome, some grasslands, and even this cool place. But I ultimately want to give you 12 tips in order to best prepare for this. What can you be doing in-game right now to set yourself up for a big boost when this update drops? So the first tip is your energy. If you've been playing throughout the past few weeks, you may have noticed you're getting pill powder that actually has a timer. I've been using them because they expire exactly before we get this update. So make sure you're not wasting all those rewards by not using it before the update drops. It can also be useful to ensure you do have full energy for when the update releases to be able to spend it on the new content. Potentially there's new rewards we can obtain. The next tip is with regards to tuning gear. We will not actually get a new breakthrough for another 17 days. Which means you could be best off optimizing right now the gear you are using, going for all of those good traits. Just be careful if you are going for, like me, the bamboo cut dust build, you maybe don't want to choose a class specific tuning trait. Now what I did there was getting maximum traits on this gear piece because we used these special stones. They guarantee legendary traits and at max value. You will get them at chance when you obtain gear drops. You can't exactly target farm them, but I would recommend saving them for a piece of gear that starts with a legendary trait. So the tip here is again the fact we are not getting a new breakthrough with the release of the new expansion. It's another 16 days now upon recording. So if you want maximum power with the release of the expansion, you upgrade your gear now and you finally tune it now. Even though I haven't got, say, the best drops in terms of my armor, I was hoping to get some which would have a legendary trait for the first piece, but I didn't. So I just tuned up some filler gear here. We use 4 of these legendary melodic stones in order to get guaranteed legendary traits. They won't be at max. Make sure you only use 4 of them and fill the rest with either spare gear or tuning stones. And then hopefully you get lucky with some decent traits. We can also attune it since I have plenty spare. And we ultimately get a full set of level 81 gear maxed out. Still have to do the gauntlets here in this case, but we did it and this is where I'm at. In order to massively help you with this, be sure you're taking advantage of the season shop. This gives you the opportunity to directly purchase legendary gear that you're missing, 3 per week, along with those legendary melodic stones to guarantee legendary traits. You can also get some extra attunement stones and some tuning materials. There's not much point getting the level 71 stuff here unless you're still at that stage. Generally, I would not buy the tuning stones here. Just get enough gear drops and you'll be fine. But get the legendary stones and the attunement stones. As for those gear chests, I would actually recommend either saving 2 of them or using them to already get yourself a rope dart and an umbrella if you want to be switching to the new weapon set. But a little bit more on that later. In terms of the battle pass, be sure you're not missing out on the super valuable rewards it has in the shop. Keep doing the tasks. Even if you do not buy the battle pass at all, you will keep getting these battle pass tokens, which are super valuable in the shop here to be able to purchase these special attunement stones and reattuning stones. Make sure to expand this details here, and you can see you can only get 1 of these per week. You can only get 2 of these per week. So absolutely get them. Along with, I recommend getting martial art upgrade materials and mystic skill breakthroughs. At least if you want to be going for the new mystic skills and the new weapon set. But more on that a bit later. Jumping to the season shop again, with your crafting energy, make sure you're actually using it. They've introduced these golden silk song coin bags, which can allow you to spend that energy to purchase these, which give a decent amount of coins. As we get new breakthroughs, if you want to be building up multiple weapon sets, you will need so many coins. The only time you may want to save that energy is if you need to craft, say, a bunch of potions. But do be aware they have added in the Battle Pass shop the actual ability to purchase every week a bunch of potions right here, and a lot of them at that. I could end up accidentally wasting all of these currencies, but you get 15 of these purple ones, so I go here if I need a top up, if I can't go craft. Additionally, there's the Mausoleum store just here, the Legacy Exchange. Make sure you're actually using that currency every week, because again, they have weekly limits here. Mystic skill materials, inner ways, more mystic skill materials. You can get to rank 9 on your current weapon set, and I personally will be saving 9 attempts for the next weapon set to be able to get the extra rewards for it, since this season does not end for another 15 days, which means we should get a series of first clear rewards for the new weapon set. Now, in terms of talents, they've actually added quite a lot of new ones here. You can only get so far as here until we have to wait for the next solo mode, but that can be something to be already working on, completing all the side content to get the enlightenment points, to get all of these really useful bonuses. It just can be quite the grind. The best source is usually to go around the map and just grab all of the chests. If you unlock this skill, you can start seeing them pop up on your minimap, and this is the Treasure Seeker skill. You need to have these requirements here. But now let's jump to more specific tips about the upcoming weapon set. In order to prepare for that, I highly recommend already having an upgraded and maxed out tier 81 rope dart and tier 81 umbrella. Yes, even if it's going to be a new martial art, you will still be able to use the equipment pieces regardless of the martial art. Just like I can use the exact same fan and umbrella right now on a healer setup. The only issue would be the stats may be a little bit different, but these tuning stats are random anyway, and we do now have the ability to actually switch those stats if you've been purchasing these retuning stones every week. As for these gear set bonuses, we're very likely to get new gear sets with the expansion, but we'll also very likely be able to just switch our existing set over to the new set, simply spending some Echo Jades if you've already used up your free conversions. Now, there's no guarantees we'll exactly be able to do that, so I would recommend saving onto some legendary gear chests just in case they for some weird reason don't allow you to switch to the newer sets. But even then, if they do that, they probably wouldn't even include the newer sets in these gear chests. However, to actually use the skills of the new weapon set, you will have to switch your martial arts, which will mean upgrading a new set of martial arts. If you want to preserve your current existing weapons, that will definitely be quite expensive then, because you will need to save up the materials to upgrade that new set. A lot of coins and a lot of these special materials. However, we can already prepare for that, as we know the rope dart uses the material here of the Scarlet Flame ornament. We can get this thing broken through, and then for the higher levels you can see it needs the pine resin ointment. Now, if like me you want to go the cheap route and do a full switch, I can simply reset my fan. You nearly get all of your materials back, as you see here, just not the coins and some of the pine resin, and that would allow me to easily max out the martial arts on the new rope dart, since that also uses pine resin and Scarlet Flame ointment. In terms of the umbrella, this uses tiger bone liquor and bone renewal tonic. So you can prepare all of those materials simply by looking here where to get them. The main place to get these chests is via the Battle Pass shop, so absolutely purchase these if you want to have enough. But you can also of course go and farm these specific mobs to get these drops. They are just listed here. But again, if I want to go the cheap route, I simply will reset my fan and then be able to max out the new rope dart, along with resetting my umbrella to max out the new version of the umbrella, which will use the exact same materials. However, you will also need martial art tips. These are needed to actually break through the weapons. If you do not have enough of these custom tip choice packs, there is a really simple solution. Go to your inventory, find those tips. For example, here I have nearly 800 of Bellstrike Umbra. You can simply convert them to choice packs directly. I don't know when they added this, but this is just huge quality of life. Simply go and swap them to choice packs, and you'll be able to use those choice packs for the new weapons. At least most likely. It would be a pretty scummy thing if they didn't let you, and then you just had to farm them all out. But I won't put it past them. We'll wait and see. But you can at least prepare by easily having your martial art custom tips just like that. Convert these to the choice packs. But that is really about it for the 12 tips I wanted to give you to prepare for the new expansion, and particularly those later tips for the new weapon. That's at least what I'm most interested in, those 2 new martial arts. As for other things to be doing in the game right now, you can click a warrior's journey up here, then the weekly digest, and it basically gives you a full checklist in terms of all the different content you can be doing with regards to weekly rewards and things like that, with overflow reminders. So that's it for the video. Hopefully this was somewhat insightful, and if it was, consider leaving the video a like. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.